Hear the word social media, my first visual impression is a variety of venues in which students can engage in conversation and or with pictures or texts or messages. I would like to think that it could be a good thing more than a bad thing, but I think too many people get too comfortable and use it for the wrong reasons and not the right. Social media was initially created as a result of being able to connect people, which is a very convenient tool. But if the tool is misused, then naturally it turns into something else. Cyberbullying to me is when it is derogatory statements are made that are offensive in a pattern. The difference between cyberbullying and bullying is that it's used through technology versus other means. Using any technological tool to in some way offend an individual in a derogatory nature. Oftentimes cyberbullying can get confused with somebody trying to be mean, and being mean on one occurrence versus bullying as a pattern to be defined. And so when somebody's feeling bullied, it's when they've repeatedly received consistent messages of some sort of infraction. Whereas if it's a one-time occurrence, that's not necessarily bullying. So what has been my experience, I've seen it in both ways. Some things done intentionally, and I've seen some things done with mishaps. And the problem with social media is you can't read the emotion behind the message. And without the emotion, that message can then be turned in a different direction. To help school systems take more severe actions of students who engage in that kind of behavior. At one time, the laws for cyberbullying may have been undefined, but now they've become more defined, in which becomes a more serious offense, and it doesn't just affect those who are the victims, but it also affects those who initiate, because now the legalities begin in which it is that it's become a legal matter. And so aside from just school rule, now it's the law. It's up to those individuals to be responsible enough to make the right choices. Social media can be an enhancement to really truly engage in collaboration, but it can be a detriment if it is that it's used in the wrong way for the wrong reasons. I believe that cyberbullying has an impact on any individual. It's at what level. And I think the level is going to be determined by the individual. There are some emotions that are a lot higher than others, and depending on the severity of what that bullying is, as well as the length of that bullying and the context of that bullying, I think it absolutely can lead to some sort of depressive state. I think we need to advocate for those who feel that way to be able to have a voice in why it is and how it is they feel, but more importantly to have those that are responsible for causing that sanctioned in a way, kind of solution. And so it's too bad to say that some people will learn there's more right than wrong, and there's a lot of good people who are in the right who can help educate other people about when enough is enough. I think social media has become more progressive as society has. I think we've seen examples of social media not just in our own circles, but on TV and the media and politics. I think we all can observe the mishandling as well as the abuse of what social media can do. And I hope people will acknowledge that there is a trail. That there is a trail regardless of what you say and how you say it, that you start a trail. And anybody can attack that trail, anybody can interfere with that trail, or anybody can contribute or praise that trail. And so I think we have to be the responsible ones to determine what my choice is and how it is I am going to use it, and for what purpose and what value it brings. And so with the correct usage, social media can be of great value, but it's very quick to be more detrimental than value. We've all seen some ridiculous postings. Some we laugh at, some we think, oh my gosh, how can they say? Some we think, what were they thinking? Some that causes us to pass judgment. And I would like to think that the community here at Collegiate High School would be smart would be smart about what it is that they post and why it is that they post, and for the purpose. What purpose? And so I hope that they will bring to their mind, the question, what value does it hold for me? So what you contribute is also what you receive.
Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, both. It's a good thing because it keeps people connected, and it can be a bad thing when it's misused, when people put things out there to negatively comment about other people. It can be bullying sometimes. It's negatively talking about someone, maybe slandering them, saying things that aren't true. Completely negative, just hurting someone's feelings, something that shouldn't be done. And again, you can say negative things about people, hurt their feelings, bother them, ruin their reputation with stuff that's probably not true, and drive them to the point where they can't function. Bring in everybody that had any part in it, and again, even just liking the picture, or making any kind of a comment on there, you're going to be brought in because we need to talk about it. Find out what's causing the source. I mean, who's the source of it, and who's causing all this, and why? What are the reasons behind it? And that's dealing with the bullying is okay, mentally, physically. Take care of it in that sense. So it's a lot of educating and talking about what's going on and why it's happening.
Okay.
Tell the students this, even though you erase it or it's gone, it can be there forever because someone could have taken a screenshot, and so it's always there. If you've got profanity or pictures that shouldn't be on there, that's not, and it's not reflective of you, take it down. Like you don't want to come across as that type of a person. So I'm going to say yes, a huge impact, and it can be 4 or 5 years down the road, and I don't remember I put that on there. Oh yeah, it's there. So it's something that you should be very conscious about. I encourage students to come talk about it. If something's bothering you or something was put on a social media page about you, come let me see it. And I'll get to the source of it and get it taken down immediately. If someone is feeling like that, they need to talk to someone, their friends, their parents, their family, anyone. They need to make sure that they talk to someone, because we don't want them to feel like that. That's not where we want them to be. Use it positively. To keep in touch with friends, to show pictures of fun stuff that you're doing. That's a good way to promote it. If you've got friends at other campuses that maybe want to know what's going on in your life, use social media in a productive and a positive way. Don't be negative. Keep those conversations one-on-one, face-to-face, personal, with a phone call, not where the whole world knows your business. You should be thinking about yourself every time you post something on there. Would your grandmother like to see it? Would your mother like to see it? Your father? Could you show it at church? So think of it before you post something. You want your audience to see it, and it needs to be positive. It needs to be reflective of you. And I don't think anybody wants anything negative or that's not good out there. You want to show yourself as a good person. So that's how you come across. Your social page, all of them say a lot about you.